Hello everyone and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at how to crochet this lovely textured stitch. I'm calling it a cross stitch for obvious reasons. It looks like you get these little crosses. It's a beautiful stitch. It does have quite an open texture to it. However, it is completely reversible and it also looks quite 3D. The yarn I'm using is by Devante. I live in the UK, so I managed to find this in the range. It has about 140 grams per ball and it's really lovely to work with, and it has a slight little sheen to it too. So just for those of you who may like to just see that it's a DK yarn, be using a 4mm hook, and the chains are in multiples of 8 plus 3. And for the swatch today, we'll be starting with 24 chains plus 3, totaling 27 chains. And for those of you who would like to make a blanket using this stitch, this one is actually 20 inches wide. And for that, I needed 88 chains plus 3. If you'd like it to be 30 inches wide, you'd need 136 plus 3, and 36 inches wide approximately. Then you'd get 168 chains plus 3, working just fine. So these are approximate, just to give you an idea. It also depends on your tension, but using this 4mm hook I find is best. I have tried this design with a more chunky yarn, and I actually prefer it using a finer yarn and a smaller hook, simply because the open work is a lot more exaggerated with the larger stitches, and that's just about as open as I would like it to be. But as I said, you know, the weight of it is quite good and you still get the warmth. So I hope you liked as much as I do. Having said all that, let's get started with the actual tutorial. So we start with a total of 27 chains. Skip the first chain, and in the second chain from your hook, work a single crochet. And then single crochet in each stitch to the end. Continue with this, and I'll meet you once you reach the end of row 1. So I'm just at the end of the row. Pop the last single crochet in the last chain, and then we're going to turn our work. Don't chain 1, and find that very first stitch just here. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through again. So you've done a single crochet. Next, in this left side of the single crochet, the legs just here, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and work another single crochet. And once again, in this next little leg just here, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So in effect, you've really made 3 chains here, and you've got the height of 3 chains too. Next, we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the next stitch along, we're going to work a treble. And in the UK, that's known as a double treble. So yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In the next stitch, work another treble. So yarn over twice, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that's how it's looking. Now we're going to work into these skipped stitches here into the first skip stitch and then into the second skip stitch, also with a treble. We're going to work behind the trebles we've just made. So yarn over twice, bring your hook down so it comes behind those trebles, and find that first skipped stitch just here. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to repeat this now. We're going to work another treble stitch in that second skip stitch along, which is just there. So once again, bring your hook from the back of the trebles, find that second skipped stitch, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And there you've completed your first cross. Next, yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and into the next stitch along work another treble. And into the next stitch another treble. And this time we're going to work in front of the treble stitches we've just made into our skipped stitches here and here. So yarn over twice, bring your hook in front of the trebles into that skipped stitch and just up through there. This is a little bit tricky. Yarn over, pull through, and complete your treble stitch. We need to work another treble into the next skip stitch along, which is just here. So once again in front, then yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2. This is how it's looking. Next we skip 2 stitches. So we know we've worked into this one. We need to skip 1, 2, and into this next one along we'll work a treble. And into the next stitch another treble. Next we need to work into the 2 skipped stitches, but from the back this time. So if we look again, yarn over twice, you can see you've got a skipped stitch there. We need to come from the back, like so. And complete your treble. And then we need to work another treble. First of all, skip 2 stitches. And the third one along, another treble. In the next stitch, a treble. So the key thing to remember is, have you to go through the back, from the back or the front? So one clue is, you can see here, you went through the back last time, so you know that you have to come through the front this time. Yarn over twice, insert your hook. Yes, this is a bit difficult. You can see that skipped stitch just there. And once again, you know you've already worked into these 2 stitches. Skip 2, 1, 2, and then work your next treble. There are our skipped stitches. We know that we went in front last time, so we need to go behind this time. Yarn over twice, come from the back into your skipped stitch. Skip 1, 2, to the next one along your treble, and into the next stitch your treble. And as we went behind the trebles last time, we now need to come in front. So there are our 2 skipped stitches. Yarn over twice into that first skipped stitch. Find your next skip stitch. And then to finish off, work a treble in the last stitch, which is just here. And that's how it's looking. Next, turn your work and repeat the row that we've already just done. So into there without any chains with a single crochet. Now we're going to work another single crochet, but we're going into this left leg or vertical bar here with another single crochet. Then we're going to repeat that into that left bar there. And we now have reached the right height. We're going to skip 2 stitches and work a treble into the next 2 stitches. So if you just rewind the video and repeat the row you repeat exactly what you did on row 2 throughout for however long you would like your blanket to be. And of course, you might not be making a blanket, you may be making a cowl, a scarf, lots of different things. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up. And then if you're not already subscribed, it would be wonderful if you would. And if you hit the bell notification, that will make sure you don't miss any future videos. But in the meantime, I think we'll just finish this one row and you can just see how it's looking. You can see now how this cross is developing. Next, we're going to skip 2 again, 1, 2, do our 2 trebles, and this time we need to go behind. Skip 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to work into the 2 skipped ones from the front this time. And we skip 2. And now we come from the front into the skipped stitches. And finish with your treble in the final stitch. So go ahead repeating this row And this is how your work will look. You can see you've started with these little crosses already, and the reverse is exactly the same. And once again, here's the original in the variegated yarn. So thank you again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.